G'day and welcome back to Duck Solar Gaming and Haut-Beyleron here on Farming Simulator 22. Yes, we are back in France and we are getting on, and we are at a very exciting day. It's time for our first grape harvest. Yes, the grapes have come in. We are almost ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, September the 1st, and the grapes are ready to go. So we've got... in here we've got a 92% yield harvest or yield bonus harvest, so we should be getting a fairly good yield out of this. All right, so what we've got is we've got our tractor over here with our grape trailer ready to go, and we've got a New Holland grape harvester here ready to go. Hasn't been used at all yet, so let's get in and give it a go. All right, we'll power him up. We'll unfold by extending his wheels and his the supports for the wheels. And we'll line ourselves up here with the vine, and we'll activate, and away we go. And there we go, we're harvesting our grapes when we get off the grapevine. Excellent. All right, let's see if we can do this in cab. How is in cab? Oh, a bit of a battle, I think. Oh, yeah, we won't be doing it. Why are we so badly offline? Right, there we go. Alright, so there we have it. We're into our grape harvest, and that's excellent. It's going to take us a while though. So, okay, I can just imagine how slow it's going to be if we had a couple of these to do. That's okay, it's not as if we have to have it all done in one day, I guess. But need to get this sorted. Now, we have got a hired hand. He's currently de-stoning the field behind us. So what's that field? I can't make it out. Field 30, I think, whatever it is. Go on to our south west, and field 40. In fact, is it field 40? Yes. All right. So yeah, he's out doing that, and we're going to get him to move to these two fields, 39 and 42, once he has completed that field there. All right, there we go. So one rung and 643 litres of grape. So a few to go. Not sure how much we're going to end up getting out of all this, but just going to go straight over to our grape processing factory. Produce whatever we can produce over there. So that's it. But yeah, so as you can see, it's pulling the grapes off the vineyard. Yeah, and doing a fairly good job of that. Yeah, so we'll take over the grapes. You can just see it's shaving off and throwing out the excess leaves and parts of the vines and all that from the grapes. Just collecting all the grapes in the hopper, and then we'll offload that into the grape trailer, and then the grape trailer will take that over to the grape processing plant and get that dealt with accordingly over there. And then we'll deal with our byproducts and see if we can make a profit from these grapes. Right. So it's not a speedy process at all in the harvesting. It's not a speedy process at all in dealing with grapes full stop, really. But hopefully the yield and the dollar value at the end will make it all worthwhile. Now, is it going to be worthwhile? We got no idea. We haven't done any grape harvesting before to any great extent. So I don't know whether selling grapes is going to make us a profit, whether making the production units are going to make us a decent profit or whatever. We're going to find that out as we go. But I'm sure, being in France, that we should find some good buyers for some good grape or some vino. So just see how things pan out with it, I guess. As you can see, the difference between the vines, where we've got the grapes over this side. You can see the blue grapes, bluey purple grapes. Over this side, the grapes have been removed, and then once we finish the harvest, they're going to come through, and we're going to prune all these as well, in the getting them prepared, ready for the next growth stage and cycle. Right, so what's that? It's three done. We've got 2,000 litres of grape. and that's 60%, 62, just over 62% for our capacity. I reckon another 2 will basically get us to full or thereabouts. Means we're going to have probably about 5-6 loads out of this harvester for this field as it currently stands. Again, like I said, it's going to take some time, especially if I can't keep a straight line and stop running into the vines. I guess coordinating, getting the best view, keep yourself aligned. I mean, I think it's relatively easy, I guess, but I wonder if a hired hand would work. Ooh, no, they didn't like that at all, did it? Right, so I don't know why I did that. Anyway, get out of that. Oh, there's our hired hand that's doing the stone removal. One or 2 runs to finish that field, and then we'll move them across to another field. All right, continue on. I think this will definitely be the last one, because it was 62% we started the last run, weren't we? So now we're at 83%. So I think this will take us to about the end of fuel. Yes, it's good to have something totally different to do in the way of farming. I mean, as most of you know, I'm not into doing any forestry work per se, so forestry doesn't me at all. The animals, we sort of must do a bit more of the animal stuff, like particularly cows and pigs. We don't do enough of that. We do the sheep. That's a fairly simple element to do, so it's not so much of a problem. But we do enjoy doing the general farming, so it makes a nice change to be doing the grapes as we reverse this down here. Right, we're going to go grab this guy, but we'll offload harvester and then grab the last of that row. Start another row. So what was that? 5 rows. Yeah, 5 rows is basically a full harvester, or this anyway. All right, so let's jump out. Okay, we're going to unload grapes. You can see, I can't remember the size of this trailer. I don't think we're going to get 2 under. We might go close to 2 loads, I guess, in there, but I don't think it'll be all 2 loads. Go back here. Concentrate. Real to not run into the vines. There we go. So we finished that run. Right. Next. All right. I reckon this will almost be 2 full episodes of dealing with this. He's finishing there. And head back over and grab this that was doing the stones, which is right here. And we'll move him on to the next field because we do need to get that done. Lined up. And off he goes. Alright, back up here. Let's see how big this trailer is, capacity wise. Oh, it's 51%. So 2 loads effectively from the harvester will be what we need. You see the difference between the harvested and non-harvested vines. Alright, and off we go again. I mean, you really also wouldn't want to be going much quicker than this because the slightest little turn and you're into the vines and get caught up, as you've seen just with my driving is bad enough at the best of times and you're getting caught up. So you wouldn't be doing very quickly, but it'll be interesting to see if like Courseplay can come out with a system of identifying the vines and creating a course around it. Don't know whether it's going to be possible at all. But I'm sure if it is going to be possible, they'll sort something out. But of course, Play, if you're not already aware, is available. There's a developer version available. It hasn't got all the functionality to it, and they're not putting all the functionality into it in relation to like driving to silos and stuff like that, because it's already part of the base game, and also the features that are part of Auto Drive, they're not going to replicate in Courseplay as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they do bring out and what it brings to us. But I'm looking forward to it as it goes along. We'll start using it as it sort of develops and gets a bit better with its implementation and all that sort of stuff. But for the moment, I'm just playing with it offline in solo mode and sort of seeing what I can find with it and how it's going to work and how I find it's working. Go from there after that. Right, another one done. Very slow and deliberate harvesting, isn't it? Well, just better than by doing it by hand. I remember an Australian map had grapes on it too. Name of it, 16 by map. Can't think of the name of it now. Anyway, I remember that. And used to go to the vineyard, just pick up the grapes and distribute them. Not that I did much of it, because we didn't play that map that much in the end, but you remember it had, you had to go to the ramp, the loading ramp I think it was, and pick it all up. And the people who are out there, they were picking it by hand, seemingly. So, bit of an improvement on that. Remember what map it was? Trying to remember? You remember? Maybe. I'm terrible with remembering what it was. They were. We'll continue on. All right. So, as I haven't figured the time up, I did pause it this morning, game time, when I realised we had grapes to harvest in preparation. I think at the end of this run we'll offload. That's going to be 4 rows done, just because of the fact I'm more conveniently located for the trailer. It'll also make sure we're not overfilling the trailer or not leaving any in the combine. And then what we'll do is we'll take a load of grapes over to the production facility and get that up and running as well. That's all running. Right. Now we'll reverse back and we'll offload. Okay. Right, I'm going to shut him down. And we'll take this load over and see how this all works for this. Might as well go in cab because not that far to go. Yeah, so that's it. That's our first grape harvest commenced, and that's fantastic. So I'm not so sure I want to have any huge vineyards because it's going to take so long for harvest. But by the same token, depends on how profitable it is. I think we'll definitely still extend the second field. So we'll definitely have the 2 fields running. But I don't think we're going to do much more than that, to be honest. Go down our little dirt track we made down to our grape processing facility. Got 5,768 grapes from that run. Good points around the corner, isn't it? There we go. All right. So we'll get that tipping, and then we're going to go to our production, and we're going to go to we've got raisins and grape juice. So the raisins will be off use for the production. Grape juice, I think we can just sell. Let me have a look up in here. So grape juice. Grape juice sells for 4,800. That looks pretty good. Oh, that looks pretty good too. Now, the other thing we can use the raisins for, I think, is cereal. I think that's the only other thing that uses the raisins. Let's go and have a quick look. Pretty sure that's right. I don't think there's anything else that uses the raisins. Raisins for the cereal factory. So we need raisins, honey. What's that one? Wheat? No, I remember. Anyway, corn to make cereal. Might have been oats, barley, other two. Nothing there. Grape processing facility, that's what we already got. Nothing used for that. That's it. So yeah. So I think what we might do, I don't think I'm going to bother with the raisins. I think we're just going to make the grape juice. So let's set that to grape juice. So we're going to activate that. And off we go. So 5 grapes will make 4 grape juice. Okay. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how much money that's going to make us. All right, off we go. So we've started our production. Very, very good. Righto. We'll head on over here. We'll park the trailer and we'll commence with the next journey. I'm just going to park the trailer down this side. All right, shut him off. Go jump in the harvester again. And we'll get going. All right. next? Where's the halfway through? You want here for now. So yeah, so after we've done this, we'll dump all the grapes into. I don't think I'm going to do 2 videos with the Grape Harvest. I don't see the point. Although we might just do it anyway. Might just do the last half. I'll leave the last 5 rows for the next video. We'll do the rest off camera, because all we're going to do is basically harvest it and then go take it down the grape processing facility, and then from there we'll end up taking that off and selling it. So there's not a lot to really see and do, but yeah, at least we've got our first harvest done. That's fantastic. Love that. And onwards and upwards, basically. Bit of an ungainly looking machine, isn't it, really? But it does the job it's intended to do, and that's the most important part. It's practical. Practical and functional. Doesn't have to look like a Lamborghini or a Porsche or anything else like that. It's just a practical farming machine. Ugly as hell, practical farming machine. They could have put some flarings or something. It goes against the grain, I guess, doesn't it? You just want the farming machine to do the farming machinery job, and then worry about paying extra for fluff. Unless you're someone like Jeremy Clarkson, who just straight away goes for a Lamborghini tractor just because of the name of it, not so much the functionality. In. Keeping an eye on when the other hired hand is finished, because we want to get that other field de-stoned as well, and then we can look at prepping for seeding, or seeding itself, because it's close to being the seed. So 4 fields to seed. Close to the vine then. So yeah, we're going to get those fields sorted as well, and then once we've got that, then it's basically hurry up and wait effectively until the next coming to harvest, because we haven't got anything else really to do, because we don't have any animals to look after. We've got the basic work to do with the fields in relation to any fertilization, or we certainly have the pruning of the grapes to do, so that'll come in the next episode or 2. But I mean, apart from that, there's not much else that's really needs to be done around the farm. So yeah, I think what we'll do is, as soon as we get the crop from this harvest through the grape processing plant, we will actually go and sell it. I'm not going to wait for the best price or anything. It depends on what the price is. If it's at rock bottom prices, then we might wait. But we'll go off and we'll sell the stock straight away, and see what sort of profit it makes from this size field, and that'll give us an idea of whether we really want to go to the expense and the pain, I guess, and longevity and of harvest, never to extend it into this next field. If we make that decision sooner before we seed it, field in front of us, field 39, then we're not going to waste any time or waste another whole year of a product cycle. Then we can just extend this field straight out and just lay more vines. I've decided I'm not going to join the field. I'm just going to lay another separate set of vines, just purely from the fact it's simpler that way. And then I've still got this access road if I do. Is that one? Oh, actually, no. I'm going to go down and upload. Go. More bluey purple goodness into the trailer. Now, we don't have to use this trailer. We could use another trailer if we so wish to, but I figured when we did set up and get going with this, we're going to use all the original recommended grape machinery and tools and attachments and everything. So we'll find that what we may do is just upgrade the trailer, bigger trailer, and then we'll have one trailer that basically can take the whole field almost, because not as if it has to take a huge amount. So I mean, one semi trailer would be more than if we could trailer with. Off we go again. I wonder how quick that production still is working. I'll have a quick look. Go in here. Production 198. Okay, that's not that slow, really. It's the next day or so it'll take to process all that. Too bad. Rather run. Actually, quite funny. I'm just looking at the layout of these vines, and it's actually very similar to a mate of mine that I grew up with. His foster parents had a vineyard, and one of the vineyard paddocks, so to speak, was up a hill, very similar to this. Probably didn't sort of level out quite as quickly, but sort of looking at it was like very similar. But they didn't have the luxury of any heavy equipment. They had the family member and staff they brought in to help pick the vines when they were ripe. It wasn't a very big farm. It was more like a hobby farm sort of thing. It wasn't overly large. But it brings back those memories of that, and that's where I first came across electric fence. So my other mate that was there visiting at the time as well, he came off far worse because he didn't believe us when we told it was electric. Held it and got zapped. I just got nicked by it as I was climbing over it, and then we also got attacked by the goats. Anyway, things we do as kids. A couple of young billy goats that were a little bit rambunctious, and any time you walk near them, they would tend to try and charge you and butt you. And one of them in particular was quite rough, and he certainly didn't like the look of the cut of our jib, and he looked after us every time we came close. So. Pretty sure he became a goat steak at some point not long thereafter. We got the final laugh. All right. another row done, and that about ends this episode. And I mean, like I said, we'll continue on until we've got probably about 5 rows to go, and that's when we'll come back and we'll finish off in the next episode. Obviously also getting close to night time, so we'll transition as well. We'll work through to about 5-6 o'clock game time, and then we'll finish our harvest and come back, finish off from there. But hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. You've enjoyed seeing the grapes being harvested. We've enjoyed doing it. It's been something a little bit different, and certainly look forward to bringing you more harvesting of grapes here on Haut-Beyleron. And yeah, anyway, if you did like the episode, then please make sure you press that like button, helps us with the algorithm. And also make sure, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, make sure you press that alarm notification icon. You're giving alerts as to when videos like this are available on the channel. And of course, don't forget to come and join us on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and Facebook. The details of all those are down below in the comments. We would love to have you come join us. And of course, most importantly, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we'll see you again very, very soon back here at Duxler Gaming and Haut-Beyleron in France on Farming Simulator 22. See you all later. Bye.